that there are some people who don't like me. I want you to know there are some people that things come out of my mouth and they don't like what I have to say. Not outside of America, in America. You heard of these social media platforms? Yes? Have you heard of being algorithmed and shadow banned and limited? Have you heard of this? They mute me because of what I want to say. I want you to know that some even companies in America, when you stand up for your beliefs, it's interesting, you get a target on your back. So what are we supposed to do? Just play the victim card? Do you think that I'm going to play the victim card? Have I ever played the victim card? Playing the victim card, has it brought me this far? No. Obstacles equals opportunity. In America, I was canceled out of a major bank because of my belief system. Get your head around that. Freedom America. No, they froze my credit cards. They froze my debit cards. They froze my credit line. I want you to know this is happening to many people in America, and the voice of freedom is interesting right now in America. Why do I say what I'm saying? Because I want you to dream big for a second. Ready? Ready? So when a bank kicks you out, what do you do when a bank kicks you out? Ready? You start your own. We are right now getting investment money to purchase a $75 million bank. When a bank kicks you out, you start your own one. Does this make sense? Does that make sense? I didn't do anything wrong legally. It's just someone didn't like me. And I want you to know that this is what I'm saying. You don't just overcome your obstacles to then get through your season of challenges in life. Challenges will come. But those people who are resilient, who had the great attitude, who were thankful for what I had and doing your best, you become unstoppable. My wife is from Mexico, and our first orphanage that we are going to build is in Mexico. I want you to dream big. I want you to imagine philanthropy in India like never before. I want you to know that more people in India can help more people in India. Yes? Can I tell you a promise from me to you, dear India? I believe that many people in India love all the people that you love who've left India. But I'll tell you right now that as a person from my parents' motherland, we never forget where we came from. Serbia is not as poor as India, but I want you to dream with me for a second. India, whether I come back in person ever again or not, listen to me very clearly. I believe that there is a great compassion for those who have less in this next generation. Your generation is the most generous generation. Your generation is the most empathetic generation this world has ever seen. Your generation is the most sympathetic generation the world has ever seen. And I want you to know my biggest dream of all. Can I share with you my biggest dream? My biggest dream, because I've been with presidents, because I've been with prime ministers, because I've been with billionaires, because I've been around wealth, and because I've been with the poor and the dying and the sick. India is one of 40 countries that I'm focusing in on for my largest dream of all. And my largest dream of all is simply this. Out of what do you have now? 1.3 billion people in population? somewhere there. I don't know how many people left India. Let's pretend. I don't know how many. 100 million people? Pretend there's 100 million people who left India in the last 20 years. Does that sound pretty good? So what if we can get 2 million people who left India to give $2 a day back to India? Not just giving money back to family and loved ones, which is very important. But can you imagine, just for a second, 2 million people who left India to give $2 a day, US. That's $14 million to give per week in India. What would you do with $14 million a week? How can we think differently? It's amazing, the amazing nonprofits that you have here in India. I've been to a few. Let me tell you, I've been to a few. And I loved them. And I'll tell you, I walk away crying in my heart because I'm like, man, if they just had more money, they can help more people. Put your hand up if you want to change India. Put your hand up. Yeah, put your hand down. Ready? I want you to know that imagine if 2 million people gave $2 a day and another 2 million people gave $2 a day. Now we're talking about 8 million. Does that make sense? Sorry, that's 4 million a day. That's 28 million a week. That's about 115 million a year. My goal of goals in my mind is to raise up the next generation of business leaders to give back and change their country. And I believe whether you become a millionaire or not, it doesn't matter. Whether you can help 1 orphan or 10 orphans, that doesn't matter. What matters is today, right here, right now. You say if you have $1 million, you would be generous. Would you? Think about it. Would you? Isn't it true if you then have $1,000, then you must and should ask yourself, how generous have you been with $1,000 or $100 or $10 or $5? Because who you are, attitude is everything. You shouldn't change generosity just because you have more to give. You give more because you're a generous person. Does that make sense? Well, I don't have any money. I don't have money, Nick. Okay, ready? This is what I tell you, ready? You ain't gonna be generous with cash until you're generous in love. And when you're generous in love, meaning you look at someone here in university and no one is less important than you, and no one is more important than you, that's love. Are you with me? Everyone take a deep breath in and out. I want you to do me something, and I want to ask that the cameras are not on the crowd for this special moment. I want to ask you, take your camera off the crowd, please. Take your camera off the crowd, please. Move the camera this way, off the crowd, please. Can someone just interpret for him? Thank you. My brothers and sisters, will you trust me? Will you allow me to do something that's never been done? Do I have your trust? Okay. I want you to do me a favor. In a moment, I'm going to ask you 3 questions. But I don't want anyone next to you to know your answer. So I have a way to do this. And no, I'm not going to give you my number and have you text me your answer. But I'll tell you it this way. In a moment, I've done this now 300 times. So trust me. Do you trust me? In a moment, I'm going to get you, not yet, in a moment, to bow your head. And not yet, in a moment. In a moment, you're going to bow your head, you're going to close your eyes, and every single person right now, if you're filming on your camera, put those cameras down. I see about 25 of them. Put them down. Put your camera down. Good? Okay. Okay, good. Turn off your camera over there, please. I can see you. Hi. Turn off your camera. Thanks. Ready? So with everyone's trust, it's very important you listen to my instructions. In a moment, you're going to bow your head, and then you're going to put your hand up in the air. Not two hands, one hand. Not yet. And when you raise your hand, you're going to actually keep your hand open. As I ask these three sensitive questions, you simply, if it's a yes, you put your hand in a fist. Does that make sense? Okay. Bow your heads, put your hand in the air. Every head bowed, every head bowed. I can see every single one of you from here. Trust me, I've done this 300 times. Head down, head down, head down, head down, head down, head down, head down. Hands nice and high in the air, nice and high. Open your hands. Ready? Every head bowed, every eye closed. I'm going to ask cameras, excuse me, no cameras, on the audience. Good? Just, can you trust me for a second? Thank you so much. Ready? No cameras, nothing's going on. Keep your hand up nice and high. Ready? Put your hand in a fist if you've ever thought of literally giving up and committing suicide. Go. Put your hand in a fist. Yep. Open your hand. Put your hand in a fist if you've actually attempted suicide. Go. Open your hand. And put your hand in a fist if you've actually attempted suicide because of bullying at your college. Go. Open your hand. Put your hands down, open up your eyes, and lift up your heads. Everyone take a deep breath in and out. Cameras back on the audience. As I'm closing up, I want to make a very, very important note. Thank you for your trust. I want you to know that this is an auditorium of 2,500, correct? Out of 2,500, there were about 250 of you who had thought of committing suicide. Out of 2,500 people, I want you to know that there were approximately around 40 people who had already attempted suicide. And about 11 to 12 students in this auditorium, 0.5%, have actually, if I'm doing the calculation right, but 11 to 12 hands I've seen, I'm being very conservative, told me that they actually didn't like their life to the point that they wanted to end their life, to the point that they tried to end their life because of bullying in the university. Do you think I'm exaggerating? I want to first of all ask you one more time, take a deep breath in and out. Listen very carefully. I love you. I believe in you. I am sorry if anyone ever teased you, and I love you. That's first. Now turn to the person next to you and give them a hug. Go. Ready? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Ready? Ready, ready, ready? Take a deep breath in and out. never, ever, ever hurt anybody. Love everybody. That is a quote. That is a quote of a friend of mine who has Down syndrome. He says, love everybody, never ever hurt anybody. Do not ever succumb. Listen, shh. Never succumb to pressure, to doing something or watching something just because everyone else is doing it. I want you to know this. Money doesn't satisfy the soul. Drugs is just a temporary escape. And it's a dangerous hole to fall into. Addictions, you know them all. Don't let your brain go to something to escape. Or don't do something because someone's telling you. If you are hurting, and if you are crying, or crying silently, I'll tell you right now, talk to a counselor at the university. You don't have to fight this fight alone. You are not alone. And I leave you with this. From the very beginning, I told you, I am not a superhero. I still go through failures. I still go through ups and downs. And I still experience depression. I am the motivational speaker that goes around the whole world to inspire people. In February 2021, Nick Vujicic, who's spoken to 10 million people face to face, and 1/4 of the world, 2 billion. 1/4 about hope. I want you to know, February 21, I went through counseling. Can I explain what counseling is? They say, what is going on? What happened? And I share what happened. And they say, how did it make you feel? And I told them how it made me feel. And then they said, is there anything else you want to say? And I said, no. And guess what happened? Ready? Attitude is everything. My wounds turned into battle scars. When people do something to you or against you, attitude is everything, even in that. For what? To make the right choice, to speak to someone. And if you've ever been depressed, I leave you with 3 keys to get out of depression. Ready? Write out a list of 10 things that you're thankful for. Number 2, talk to a counselor. And number 3, go help someone else in need. I'll say it again. Very simple. Write out a list of 10 things you're thankful for. Go speak to a counselor and go help someone else in need. If you can do those 3 things, you see that you can make a difference. And you can make a difference. And you can make a difference. And you can make a difference. Do you know something? When I told my parents I want to be a speaker, you know what they did? They said, ha 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 ha, no way. And they said, no, you go to school, son, and you do business degree. I said, but I want to be a speaker. They said, you know what? Finish your school, and if you become a speaker and it's successful, great. But if it doesn't work out, what are you going to do as a plan B? And I said, oh, that's a good idea. Guess what? I went into the stock market at age 16. I went into real estate at age 19, and I did a Bachelor of Commerce in Financial Planning and Accounting. And I'll tell you right now, if I did not get my degrees, I would not have the knowledge to have the foundation that I have now today. Does this make sense? Finish school, do your best, and absolutely reach for the galaxies to dream big. MRU, with all of my heart, I love you. Malaretti School, I love you. University, thank you so much for loving me. Thank you for your welcome. Thank you for your time. And thank you for watching online. I want to ask you right now, get your phones out. Get your phones out. Can you give the slide, last slide? There should be a slide of me with a QR code, www.nicklovesindia. Make sure the team has given that. But I want you to know, hopefully it's there. If not, tell me, because someone's here who can get it to you. First of all, take a photo. I'm going to give you a smile. Ready? All right, now write this down on your phone. Write this down on your phone in case they don't have a slide. www. Come on, quick. www. Ready? Nick V. Just letter V. Nick V. lovesindia.com. www.nickvlovesindia.com. I want you to go to that website today and follow me on that page. I'm giving exclusive content just for India on this tour, and I want to ask for your comments on there. Let me tell you why. Me and my family, we want to only give, we don't have a lot of money to give right now to India right now, but I want to plant a seed. We are going to give $5,000 to India, and I want to hear from you young people, which organization is your favorite organization that me and my wife and all of my friends from America who could later give more money, but we as a Vujicic family want to give $5,000, and I want to ask you, come follow me. You'll see some really cool stuff. It won't be on Facebook, it won't be on Instagram, and it won't be on Twitter. It's on that page. So please go there, follow me there, and I want to hear from you. Message me as you can. I just want to tell you, India, this was my 5th time here. Hyderabad, this is my 1st time here, and I know this is not the last. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Nick. And please give a standing ovation to Mr. Nick. And I request one and all, as a token of gratitude, please show the torch light and please wave as a token of gratitude. I request everyone to switch on the torch of the mobiles. Please wave and show. Love you, Nick.
I love that. Hey, I want to get a video of this. Come up here, Gio. Hey, can we tell the world, never give up, love from India? Can we say that?
Yes.
All right, ready? I'm going to count you in. We're going to say, love, wait, what are we saying? Never give up, love from India.
Yeah.
Ready?
Yeah.
Ready?
Thank you.
1 second, ready? Everyone here, 1, 2, 3. Never give up. We're going to say, wait. When I say 1, 2, 3, say never give up, love from India. Ready? Ready? Okay. 1, 2, 3. Never give up, love from India. We love you. Woo! Love you. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Please be seated. I would like to thank one and all. Pranam to all lovable present here and watching the live. It's true, Mr. Nick, attitude is everything. Hence, positive attitude mindset with ownership is must, where attitude builds connect in our personal and professional career life of journey. It has been such an honor to be part of this wonderful event. On behalf of Mallareddy University, we would like to extend our heartfelt gratitude and the sincere thanks to our esteemed guest, Mr. Nick Vijay, a world renewed inspirational motivational speaker from USA. Being with us in our hearts is always blessed.
Thank you.
Special thanks to Mr. Joseph and Mr. Sunil Robert and Mr. Chiranjeev from Nitya Welfare Society. Our sincere thanks to our Honorable Chairman Sri Malla Reddy Garu, who is the father of education since decades, Sri Mahinda Reddy Garu, Dr. Bhadra Reddy Garu, Dr. Preeti Reddy Garu, Mr. Praveen Reddy, and our dynamic energy Vice Chancellor Dr. V.S.K. Reddy Sir, and Dr. Anjaney